So welcome to a slightly different angle. I'm going to be doing some vlogging. So I thought I would take you along to show you how I do my prep before I go into NaNoWriMo. And I'm about halfway through. I've written about 45,000 words so far. So I'm hoping by the end of NaNoWriMo, I'll basically be finishing the novel. Now I've only outlined half of it. I have ideas for the whole thing. I just haven't finished writing everything sort of scene by scene. So part of what I'm doing is going through, figuring out what ideas actually work. I know that I've got some ideas in there where they're not going to work together, so I have to choose one or the other. So I'm now figuring out where it's going to go next. So my task for today is to go through all of my scenes, figure out what plots I want to keep, what scenes I want to keep, and any plot issues I can find, and write them all down. And then I will, next time, I'm gonna look at all of the things I've written down on my notebook and find answers for my questions and figure out how I can solve all the plot problems that I've created so far. I will go ahead and figure all that out, and then I will check back in. So see you in a bit. Hello, so I'm checking back in. I have a big list. I filled a page. I got onto the second page with basically plot holes. I need to figure out what a certain character knows and how they know it. I need to know whether two characters know each other or not. I need to know what a certain character wants, because I realise I don't actually know why they're doing any of their actions. So I need to figure that out. I need to figure out what the main character wants. I do know what she wants, but I need to make it clearer, I think. And what she wants is currently changing, because it's changing from what she sort of selfishly wants at the beginning to what she selflessly needs, and she's going to want the thing that she actually needs. So I need to make that transition clear, because otherwise her motivations are going to be really confusing for the rest of the story. I need to confirm some world building details. There's a lot in the world building that I really haven't figured out yet, so I need to get on that, or I leave it for the next draft. So that's a big decision I've got to make, is how much of the world building I actually want to write now and how much I'm just going to leave and add in later. A lot of the world building I have just left, because I find the world building is the most time consuming thing is writing it, but world building is very time consuming, and I find it's easier to figure out the world building after I've written it. And there are some things already that part of the world building that I want to change anyway from what I've already written, and part of the main character's backstory I want to change. So it's whether I do that now and add it back in, or whether I just carry on with it knowing that I'm going to change it, but just carry on with what I've got already. So at least it's all sort of the same throughout, so it's easier for me to change later. Or I just go back to the beginning and change the things that need to change. I don't know, so I have to figure that out. I need to figure out what another character's backstory actually is, because I've realised that I don't have the details I need, so I need to figure that out and actually explain her backstory in more detail and not just the vague idea that I've already given. And again, more world building stuff. So most of it's world building, some of it's character stuff. I've added in 3 scenes. So I've got the next 3 scenes. So yeah, that's where we are at the moment. So I will check in with you next time I do more preparation work stuff. So see you then. Hello, I'm checking in again. So it's been a couple of days. I finished going through all my scenes. I now have planned everything for the second half of my novel up to the end. So that's very exciting. I didn't film any of my writing process. It took me sort of 2 nights, but I was writing while in bed, so I didn't get up to film it. But yeah, I've now successfully plotted till the end of the book. So we're all good to go for the start of NaNoWriMo, which is the day after tomorrow, I think. No, it's not. It's in 2 days. So November starts in 2 days. It's currently the 29th of October, so I've got 2 more days before I've really got to start thinking about doing the challenge. I got distracted by a different project that I had the idea for, so I spent yesterday just writing down all my ideas for that project so that I can ignore it for now, concentrate on this one for November, and then come back to that one once this project's finished. I don't know if anyone else has this, but whenever I have either writing or otherwise a big thing happening that I've got to concentrate on, and this goes for like NaNoWriMo projects and writing projects, as soon as there's a deadline, as soon as there's a challenge, I instantly get ideas for other things that I want to do, and I start doing other things. So all the way through school and university, I was there trying to revise while also trying to deal with having so many good ideas that I wanted to get written down, which is why my grades were never as good as what my teachers predicted, because I was too busy not revising and not working because I was writing instead. But we need to not do this. We need to concentrate, we need to be focused. So hopefully we can get through November without getting distracted by a different idea, which is a high possibility, but I'm going to do my best. I'm also slightly concerned about having time to write and also film vlogs, so I'm slightly concerned. But I'm not going to vlog, I don't think, every single day. I think I'll just do maybe vlog 2 or 3 days and then sort of catch you up with my process in between, I think, so I don't get too overloaded and I don't get burnt out with trying to do everything. So that's my plan. It's going well so far. We're all ready to go. So this will come out once NaNoWriMo has already started. So this video might end here, but I might put in some of my process for the first couple of days. So you might be able to see how it goes when I start, from the start of NaNoWriMo. So wish me luck. And yeah, I think that's it. I think that's all I have to say. So I will see you again, probably when it is the 1st of November and when NaNoWriMo starts. Happy Halloween! So today is October 31st. NaNoWriMo starts tomorrow. I thought it would be fun if I gave you an evaluation of my preparation process and just let you know how I'm feeling before the 1st of November, before tomorrow comes, just so you can have an idea of how I'm doing. So I think I'm feeling mostly prepared. I have been writing this project for a while now anyway, so it's not like I'm starting something completely new, which I think would be really intimidating. But considering I'm just carrying on from where I left off a few days ago, I don't feel too nervous about the actual writing side. I do feel nervous about hitting the word count and hitting my goal. So my level of confidence going in is I'm confident, but I'm not fully convinced I am going to finish my novel by the end of November. I think maybe it might take me into December. So yeah, I am sort of preparing myself to not finish and not complete it, but that's fine. I mean, it's all about having fun anyway, so it doesn't really matter whether or not I do hit my goal and I do finish. The main thing is that I am trying to write every day and I am trying to up my word count. I'm feeling somewhat confident, but I was thinking that I probably should have prepared slightly better. So I was thinking that maybe I should have been reading more in October to sort of fill the creative well, just because I probably won't have much time for reading in November. I'll be concentrating so much on writing. Yeah, maybe I should have been reading more and trying to get more sort of inspiration for my actual writing ability and inspiration for being more careful with the word choices that I'm doing and making sure that the draft that I'm writing is as good as it can be, with the assumption that I'm not going to be editing it. So trying to make sure that the first words I put on the page are not too terrible. So yeah, maybe reading more would have helped with that, but it's fine. I'm reading, my current book that I'm reading is Woman Eating, which is really interesting, but it's taking me a while to get through it. Like, the language and the writing style in that book is really good and has been a really big inspiration. And not really for my project, but just for my own writing style. And I think the voice, trying to be more creative with the word choices, been really helpful to sort of get me thinking about how to phrase things in an interesting way. So I started writing a bit last night, and I was noticing that in my outline that I prepared, I hadn't actually added much detail on the setting and the world building. And we are going into some new settings, and I haven't prepared at all for what they actually are. So I think I am going to be slowed down slightly by just the need to scroll through Pinterest and figure out what I'm going to be describing and where my characters are actually going to be ending up. So yeah, I probably should have gone through my outline before today and figured out where everything is going to be set so that I don't have to then do that as I'm writing in November. That's fine. I should mention I'm not going to do much more preparation today because it's Halloween and I've got things to do. And I'm going out to meet up with a friend in 3 hours. And in that time I need to carve a pumpkin and figure out what I'm wearing and do my makeup. So there is no writing time, but it's fine. And I'm working tomorrow, but I'm planning on just writing in the evenings. I think that's probably, with my schedule, I think that's the best thing. And I'm pretty good at writing in the evenings. So we're just gonna power through and hope for the best. I think those are all of my feelings at the moment. So I'm feeling slightly prepared. I'm feeling more prepared than I did last week. I'm slightly nervous, but I'm not putting too much pressure on myself, so that's fine. And I'm just planning on having fun and having a good time. It's going to be interesting trying to do the writing and the vlogging. I think I mentioned this already, so we'll see how that goes. But I want to challenge myself. I don't know how coherent this vlog is going to be, but it's learning. Yeah, I am finding, as a beginner, I think the perfectionist side of me doesn't like beginning things, because when you begin something, you're bad, and then you have to improve, and the only way to improve is by practicing, but that means producing lots of bad quality work, and I don't like producing bad things. I like being able to produce something good and polished, which is why I enjoy writing, because I've been doing it for so long. I know that what I can do is good. And so when I'm learning a new skill, it's really hard when I don't pick it up straight away and I don't sort of manage to be good from the beginning, because I just feel like I shouldn't be doing it because I'm not good enough. And so it's really hard, like, just making myself pick up the camera and just film and edit and publish, knowing that what I'm making isn't good. But the only way to become better is by doing the bad, if that makes sense. I'm finding my confidence. I don't know. It's interesting. It's sort of just pushing myself to just keep going and just not worry about it, and not, I just realised I'm sitting here like so hunched over. Yeah, just not worrying about it and just keeping going and keep picking up the camera. Which, yeah, are not very eloquent. So yeah, on that note, I'm currently putting up my videos on Saturdays, but the only problem is that this video is going to be partly my planning process up to sort of the midweek, and then the rest of the week is going to be the first 3 days of NaNoWriMo. And I feel like it's not the best way. I probably should finish this video here and then start a new video and release them on like Wednesdays or Thursdays and do the actual weeks in November, so you have like a week rather than weird days. So this video either is going to end here, or it's going to have the first 3 days of NaNoWriMo, or you'll have to wait a week and find out how NaNoWriMo is going. So I don't know what is going to come up after this. You probably can tell. If it is ending here, I hope you've enjoyed watching my struggles. I think I'm feeling good. I'm feeling quite confident. I think it's the summary of how I'm feeling is not too bad. And if you're doing NaNoWriMo, good luck. I hope it goes well. And I will actually see you in a video form next week. So goodbye.